Hey guys, what's going on? It's Adam from Freelance Jump. I'll be talking about getting more leads for your freelance business and how to get those leads and convert them into customers. If you want to find out more about Freelance Jump, you can simply go to our website, freelancejump.com. Now, getting leads is essentially getting potential customers, and the way about getting leads is a little tricky, but I've kind of narrowed it down and talked with other freelancers that I know, and we've kind of picked out the best solutions to getting these leads for your freelance business. So let's jump right in. First of all, this video slideshow is for creative professionals. This essentially means if you're doing anything that's creative and you're charging money for it, you should have some sort of system to get more clients, so you can focus on what you do best, whether you're a photographer, web designer, illustrator, graphic designer, IT professional, or even a consultant. These kind of tips can definitely help you out, and you can definitely benefit from this information coming up. So what you'll need to get started is, I'm assuming that you already have a good portfolio or website to show your clients. You already have proper email address set up, so no adamrashid@gmail.com. Instead, you'd want to do your name at your company's website.com. And it's very simple to do that. You could go to namecheap.com or godaddy.com and have it set up within a few minutes, all for a couple of bucks a month. Thirdly, you'll want decent business cards. You can get pretty good business cards at moo.com. Chances are you're in the US right now, so it's a British company, so you'd have to go to us.moo.com. I love their company, and I've been getting my business cards made through them for 2 years now, and I never go anywhere else. I definitely want you guys to check out moo.com and see if they're excuse me, see if their business cards are a good fit for you. And this is a definitely recommended option, is having a separate landing page for your online lead generation. We'll get to that in a minute, but a landing page is essentially a simple one page on the internet with some copy and mainly an email opt-in form that's used to collect email leads. Let's get into the lead generation here. There's a few types of lead generation. The first one is paid clicks and paid traffic, which is essentially AdWords from Google and Facebook ads and LinkedIn ads, all sorts of stuff like that. If you have some background in PPC or AdWords or CPC, PPC is pay per click, CPC is cost per click. So if you have any experience in that, I definitely urge you to use that to your advantage and start getting paid leads. For instance, say you're a web designer, you could go to LinkedIn and set up a LinkedIn ads account and start a campaign for the companies you have in mind or for the industry you want to service. Secondly, your local chamber of commerce is a very underrated resource of leads and good business to get. Your local chamber of commerce is an amazing resource to be known in your community for whatever you do. You can, like I said, you can be any type of creative professional, and if you shake enough hands and get to know enough people in your community, you can be the go-to guy for that skill. And once you get there, it's a pretty good thing to have in your belt. It gives you not only a steady source of income, it builds you to an authority figure that you can kind of take and go to other places and present as well. And I strongly urge you to go to your local chamber of commerce, see how you can become a member. It's not that expensive. I think mine's around a couple of $100 a year, which is, I think, one of the best investments I've made for my networking. Getting to networking is networking events and conferences. Now, there's tons and tons of networking events out there. You can go to meetup.com and browse them, and you can go to even Chamber of Commerce, and browse them as well. Excuse me. One of the things you do encounter a lot in networking events is just a bunch of people looking for jobs. So that's why I encourage everyone to go to really just elite, almost not elite, but go to really prestigious networking events, or networking events that are paid for, not free ones, because free ones often have those people looking for jobs, and they're also often bait and switch things where they're just selling you stuff. So look for paid, good paid networking events and conferences. Conferences are cool as well, but they're specifically towards one niche industry. Now you could use that to your advantage. Say you want to be a graphic designer specifically for the medical industry. There's tons of medical conferences out there, and if you as a graphic designer go there, you could be one of the 2 or 3 or the only graphic designer there amongst all these people that could potentially hire you. I think that's a great avenue to go. So some notes to have in mind when going to a conference or event is, like I mentioned before, pick high quality events. And when you get there, don't start pitching to everyone you meet. You may have read Forbes articles and what have you about elevator pitches. Keep those in the elevator. This isn't the time to really pitch. It's just a good time to get to know people and see who's who and who makes decisions in their companies. I use events like these as just excuse to get to know people and have fun. Because if you're in pitch mode, people can see it from a mile away. They're not going to want to talk to you, and you're going to leave a sour taste in their mouth. Just go there, have fun, and collect a few business cards. The very, very important thing to do once you've collected business cards and gone home is follow up with everyone that you've met the next day. Don't let them forget you. And what I've done successfully in the past is I've followed up with them via email or something and just asked them a quick question. Hey, do you mind if I add you to my list? I send an X amount of emails, like one email or so a month with really cool information and updates on what I'm doing. About half the people say, sure, let's do that. And as long as you're not spammy or anything, they do enjoy the newsletters you send out, and it keeps you in their mind, which is great for a business. And last one, I totally forgot to change out the picture, but last one is working at Starbucks. This has actually got me quite a bit of business. Working at a public place and doing something different kind of gets a lot of eyeballs on you and piques people's curiosity. I've actually gotten a web design gig from working at my local Starbucks, and there was this lady who was also working, and we both had our graphic tablets out, and we were sketching out logos. And I was working on the logo for the web design website I was doing, and she was working on a logo for some magazine that she worked for. And I ended up kind of talking to her, and I didn't get a job from her magazine, but her husband actually owned a company that needed a website done, and we got to talking and traded business cards. And about a month after that, I got the contract signed through her husband, which was really cool. So being in public places like Starbucks is great for just having yourself, first of all, out of the house and avoiding this kind of, forgetting the word, cabin fever. And it lets you relax a little bit more. You're out, and as long as you're in a big-ish area, this will definitely come handy. Just work outside of your home if you're able to. And being a creative professional, 90% of the time you're actually able to work outside your home. Some tips for this is, like I said, work near a big city, or if you live in a smallish town, just drive 20-25 minutes over to the next bigger town. It's definitely an investment. And try to work there often. At least get to know the baristas, and you can ask them who's who as well. And a very important thing is to have your business cards with you at all times. And once you've met people, just as you would at the networking events, just follow up the next day. Now, if you liked what I talked about, I'd love for you to go to the description below and click on the link and sign up for the freelance checklist. This is a very, very short 3-page PDF that has, it's a simple checklist of the things you need to get started freelancing today and getting started freelancing right. There's tons of mistakes I made starting out, and this kind of highlights the mistakes I made and how you can avoid them. So I really highly urge you to just click into the description below and go to that link, and you'll see a sign up form pop up, and just type in your email and I'll send you over the freelance checklist. Thank you guys, have a good one.